Shit, snake this straight, cook this motherfucker up.
What's good, what's good, what's good? It's your boy, the Wallstreet Trapper. And welcome to episode 43. Episode 43, man. Y'all don't know, man. Today's been kind of chaotic, man, but we here, we live, and we in the flesh. Jose, what's the name of tonight's episode? The name of tonight's episode is Recession Blues. I come up with a lot of names, and Jose just give me like a topic of names. After I come up with like 15 of them, he be like, which one you want to name tonight? And I pick one. And I think tonight's name is so on point because we are truly at an inflection point. An inflection point is a point where you have to make a pivotal decision that dictates, alters your life. It is a point where you have to make a drastic decision and it will alter your life or will alter your journey for the long haul. We are at an inflection point. America, the people, the financial markets. The crazy part is we are in a situation that we truly have no control over. And that's what's scary. The scariest thing for a person is to not have control. What do you do when you have to relinquish control? What do you do when you have to make decisions and the decisions that you make may or may not alter your life? Okay, let's dig on that because everybody feels like the decisions that they make alter their life. Well, the decisions that the government makes can put you in a position that you truly aren't prepared for. So we talk about recession blues when I go back and look at the 1929s, when I go back and look at the Dotcom bubble, when I go back and look at the 2008, when I go back and look at the 2020, what happened was those were repercussions behind decisions that the government made against our will. In some way, the people always suffer. That's interesting. For a government to say that we have your best interests at heart, for a government to say we will protect you, but yet you inflict the most amount of damage. How does that work? How does that go? As a people, what happens when you have been told that your 401k, that your life insurance, that your Social Security is secure? Because you put it in the government's hand. If you can't trust your government, who the hell can you trust? Okay, we may not be getting bombed. But we all be getting manipulated financially. And God damn it, sometimes you can't tell the difference. You may not be living at a war where aircraft carriers and tanks, but you are at a war when you're working your butt off and America is piling up debt. America is misusing funds. America is pulling the rug off people who have worked hard, who've bought into the system. What happens when you have bought into the system? I remember looking at Malcolm X. It's one of my favorite black men of all time. And one of the scenes that truly stick out to me the most is the minute when he was arguing with his wife about the loyalty he had to the Nation of Islam. He came back inside from a long day of hearing what had been said about him, and his wife asked him, "Are you okay?" And he says, "Yes, I'm fine," as he acted like he was reading off the Quran, as he acted like he was writing on his paper. But when I look at that screen, when I look at that moment, you can truly realize how hurt he was. But this is the part that truly gets me. When his wife closed the door, she walks out the room, that's what he do. The art of betrayal. When you've bought into a system and then the system that you bought into fails you. What happens when the system that you bought into fails you? What happens to the person who's 65 years old, who's worked their whole life so that their retirement is taken care of? What happens when that retirement loses money? What happens when you've bought into retirement at a certain age and then one day they may get up and say, "Yo, we're cutting the retirement"? What happens to that person? We're talking about the art of betrayal. We're talking about when Caesar realized that Brutus jugged him in the back with a knife. The system. What do you do when the system that you bought into fails you? That's where the recession blues come from. Recessions only happen when the system fails the people. What happens? What do we do? How do we maneuver? How do we perform? What happens when the system fails the people? So right now, tonight, I don't want to get into white. I don't want to get into black. I want to get into what do we do when the system fails the people? What do we do? What is the game plan? Everybody says, have a plan B. Everybody says, plan for the worst. But the worst never comes to mind as system failure. That's not really on our mind. Not system failure. It's the same system that gave us the instruction. It's the same system that gave us the rules. It's the same system that told us if you do A, B, and C, you will get this end result. What happens when the system interrupts at A? What happens? What happens? We're talking about when the system fails. How do we pivot? I realized that for a lot of people who DM me and talk about investing, they're always asking me, "Trap, what do I do? Trap, is this much enough?" And what I get from that every time is, damn, that's a statement. That's a statement you make when you know the system has failed you. Because there's no way a man 35 years old should not know what to do with money. There's no way that a woman at 35, 40 should not know what they should know what to do with money. And it's not your fault. That's a system failure. Because the system understands that you need money. The same system that tells us to not be insufficient in the bank, the same system that judges us by our adult report card, which I was a credit score, is the same system that is 120% of debt to GDP, which is $32 trillion in debt. This is the same system. We're talking about system failure. What do we do? So for a lot of us, we heard our parents, we heard our grandparents. We'll talk a little bit about race right here, right? A lot of us aren't far. We're a couple generations away from a grandmother being a slave or a great-grandmother being a slave. We're not too far from that. That generation of people understands system failure. They understand it. They understand how diabolical the system can be. They understand the mistrust. They never trusted the system. But then when you talk about 80s babies, 90s babies, you talking about byproducts of the crack era. We have now been thoroughly introduced to system failure. What do? Because unlike our grandparents, unlike our great-grandparents, unlike our forefathers and foremothers, we have the information to equip ourselves. We have the information. We have the tools to protect ourselves, but also to protect those that come behind us. And so now we talk about leadership. We talk about family leadership. We talking about guidance. We talking about blueprints. System failures happen when you don't have the playbook. System failures happen when you don't read the instructions. System failures happen when you don't comprehend the risk. But now, we all understand it. Whatever you doubted before the pandemic, when the pandemic happened, you understood it. Whatever happened before the pandemic, when the pandemic happened, it became real. Whatever happened before the pandemic put you in a new reality. It should have given you a new realization. It should have put you in a position, a new mind frame to understand the catastrophes that are in front of us. And if it can happen once, it can happen twice. We weren't around for 1929. We weren't prepared in 2008. But in 2020, we got punched in the face. And now you've had 3 years of this. Believe it or not, you had 3 years of this. You have 3 years. You had 2020, you had 2021, 2022, and now we're in 2023. And because we're in May, and that gives us 3 years and 2 months to actually be in it. So you had 3 years and 2 months to understand the instructions. You had 3 years and 2 months to understand the instructions. You had 3 years and 2 months to understand what the play was that was being ran. You had 3 years and 2 months to adjust. You had 3 years and 2 months to adapt. You had 3 years and 2 months to get equipped. You had 3 years and 2 months to change the dynamics of your family. You had 3 years and 2 months to rewrite your family's history. You had 3 years and 2 months to build some assets. You had 3 years and 2 months to build your family's purchasing power. You had 3 years and 2 months to get off your ass and go get some money. You had 3 years and 2 months to learn how to invest. You had 3 years and 2 months. Now, it's not about system failure, it's about taking accountability. We're talking about recession blues. We're talking about recession blues. Right? Like we can blame the system for a while, but at some point we gotta say, damn, I was being lazy. Damn, I blew that money. Damn, I wasn't. We had 3 years, 2 months, and counting. Okay, I understand. I totally understand if 2020 caught you off guard. We was in panic mode. We didn't understand what to do. We was survival mode. A person that's surviving and a person that's thriving, looking at the world 2 different places. I get it, but what happened in 2021, 1 year into it? What happened in 2022, 2 years into it? what's happening in 2023 in May at 7:20 Eastern Time. 3 years, 2 months, 7 hours, whatever, you into it now. It's time to be in the game. It's time to go to war. No more excuses. It's time to be equipped. It's time to take accountability. It's time to be responsible. It's time to make the sacrifices. It's time to put in the work, because this time it done got worse, because this time ain't no saving you. This time there will be no PPP. This time there will be no unemployment. This time there will not be the extra help from the government, because the government is now fighting for its life. What do you do this time? 3 years, 2 months. What do you do now? Recession blues is what we talking about. We in it now, y'all. We in it. We in it. We can't leave it. We can't escape it. We here. Head on. Mano y mano. We here. Put your boxing gloves on, or you gonna complain. Or you gonna say the government tripping, my job tripping. 3 years, 2 months. I don't want you to forget that number. Tomorrow, I want you to wake up and say 3 years and 2 months. The next month, I want you to say 3 years and 3 months. Every time you're not taking a step, I want you to say 3 years, 4 months, 3 years, 5 months, 3 years, 6 months, 3 years, 7 months, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. I should have did it 3 years, 4 years. I want you to keep counting until one day you say, damn, I gotta make a change. It's on you. Because I'm here. I'm here. We pivoted. We said we're going to get off Instagram. We're going to get in their face every Tuesday. So now there's no excuse. 3 years, 2 months. We talking about taking action. We talking about being in position. And I keep telling y'all, you ain't got to be right. You just got to be in position. The problem is you don't want to get in position. Because sometimes to be in position means you got to do nothing. Sometimes being in position means you just ready to act. Sometimes being in position means you accumulating the information, but you ready. Sometimes being in position means I ain't swinging yet, but I'm waiting for the perfect blow. But I want you to understand something. I do not want you to disguise fear as patience. I don't want you to disguise fear as patience. If you say it's scared, you scared. Admit to the fear. Because when you admit to the fear, we can move past it. But if you disguise the fear, we can't move past it. Because what happens is the lie you tell yourself, you start to believe it if you say it long enough. Recession blues, y'all. We're going to come out of this. We're going to come out of this. We come out of this together. We come out of this as a unit. We come out of this as a team. We come out of this as the financial revolutionaries. We come out of this together. You don't come out of it by yourself because you don't know enough by yourself. I don't know enough about myself. I keep going get taught. I keep going get mentored. I'm keep learning from different people. You can't come through it by yourself because you ain't never been here before. If you ain't never been here before, how you gonna win? You ain't never seen nobody win right here. So how you gonna win? You don't got the blueprint. You gotta go by somebody that got a piece of the blueprint. He got a piece of the blueprint. She got a piece of the blueprint. Tiara, because she know I get real estate. Trap into stocks. This person into LLCs. This person into trust. This person into whatever. I gotta go get with the people so I can form. I need a blueprint. I need the pieces. I can't do it by myself. I'm telling you, 3 years, 2 months, recession blues, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'ma fight. I'ma help my people get equipped. So when they start lagging, guess what? I got your back. I ain't been here before either, but guess what? What you don't know do not give you a reason not to do it. Let me rephrase that. What you don't know does not give you an excuse not to do it. See, y'all be looking for excuses. I don't know how to invest, Trap. So what? How much money I need, Trap? Use what you got. What book I read, Trap? I don't know. Go to Amazon, pick one. Start from there. Start from there. Get the ball going. You can't win the game if you ain't playing it. You can't win the game if you ain't playing it. You can't win the game if you ain't playing it. Trap, what's the best platform? Google is your best friend. Which is the best platform to invest? It'll show you Fidelity, E-Trade, which one? Then pick up the phone, customer service. Hey, well, tell me about your platform. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. At one point, I ain't know nothing about none of this, but guess what? That wasn't the reason why I stopped. That wasn't the reason. I lost money. Guess what? Kept going. Guess what? I'm here today. You see me now, but you ain't see me in 2012. You ain't see me in 2010. You ain't see me when I was in the pen fit reading the books and ain't had an account to open. Guess what? It wasn't a reason for me to stop. Because once you see the possibilities, once you see the possibilities, once you understand the possibilities, once you see people winning, guess what? Guess what? He put his hand sling on he put two pants on like me. He put the hoodie on like me. She eat food like me. If they can do it, I can do it, goddammit. They may be smarter than me, so what? They can still read one word at a time like me. What are we talking about? Recession blues. Recession blues. Recession blues. And if you don't get nothing else, yo, if you don't get nothing else, I need you to understand that this year, 2023, if you don't get your ass in this market, yo, it ain't nobody fault with your own. If you don't get in that market, if you don't got that account open, I don't care about I'm scared to lose money. Guess what? You're losing money going to work every day. Guess what? You're losing money putting it in the bank. Guess what? So what? You lose money every time you go to a restaurant and spend it. You lose money every time you drink the Casamigos. You lose money every time you smoke the weed. You lose money every time you pop the pill. You lose money every time you take the trip you ain't supposed to take. You lose money every time you swipe the card. That's why they got you swiping the card so you don't feel it. Every time you swipe the card, you're losing money. So what? You're losing money all the other ways. Lose some money investing in yourself. Recession blues 2023. There's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. So now it's the time that you take 20 to 30 minutes out your day, every day. Stop scrolling for 30 minutes. Listen, reading something for 30 minutes, it may not seem like a lot right now. Guess what happens if you read 30 minutes a day for 30 days? I promise you it'll put you past half the people you know. If I did 100 push-ups a day, it might don't look right for 2 weeks. But guess what? If I did it for 2 months, what happened? If I did 200 push-ups every day for 2 months, guess what happened? Recession blues, y'all. Recession blues, y'all. Recession blues, y'all. Today, I like what you got going on back there, brother. I like what you got going on back there, brother. Welcome y'all, episode 43, Trappin' Tuesdays, episode 43, Recession Blues, man. Like this, share it with somebody, because tonight gonna be an amazing night. Jose, damn, that was 26 minutes, Jose. God damn. I didn't try to do that. This is not gonna be a 3-hour show. I promise, dog. This is not a 3-hour show. This is not a 3-hour show. I promise. Today, let me hear the beat, dog. Let me see what you got. That was a good beat you had, too. I don't know what you been doing. I feel like I'm getting my money's worth now. What's it? Get that, All right. Oh, that's a little groovy there. Recession blues, y'all. Trappin' Tuesdays, dopest show on the block, man. Bring it down. My God, man. Let's go, man. Hey, I'm about to say this like it's an ad, but it ain't. But since I'm drinking, it is what it is. Vita Water. This episode is brought to you by Vita Water. I'm lying. I'm just practicing. But what you don't know is this stock is up 52% on a year. I'll drink to that. Joe looking at the stock now. All right, man. Y'all know how we start, man. Each and every week, y'all know how we start, man. Let's get it. I love this. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my ability to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. Not only will I free myself, but my family will eat for a lifetime. Ooh, I like that. Based on the information that I apply today. I'm a money maker and a wealth builder. Today I break all the chains that anchor me to the poverty mindset. My ancestors will smile now because I have turned our last name into an asset. Today all right. Today I make the declaration that no longer will I be a slave to money. No longer will the generations behind me inherit lack. No longer will I submit to selling my time for money. I am a first-generation millionaire. I am the architect of my family's legacy. I am a certified Wall Street trapper, and Wall Street looks like us now. Let's clap for that. Always stop for a minute at that one part, bro. Always just, hold on, man. Touch me in my spirit. Touch me in my soul, right? It's just something about that, like, today I make the declaration. Like that declaration part, like to declare something, that's one of the boldest statements that you can ever make. Today I make the declaration. The Declaration of Independence means like they've declared, and everybody that read this, like you've declared, you've asserted this, you've made this a part of your life. You're willing to go to war for this. America goes to war because of, they go to war because of one thing, the declaration that they made. That's what they go to war for. Everything that happens inside America is behind the declaration that they made. You can agree with that? Jose, you agree with that? You agree with that? Everything that America does is because of the declaration that their forefathers, the people who set this country, have made. Why do you think people go to war? Because they've gone to war behind the declaration. America goes to war behind a declaration. America fights with other countries because of the Declaration of Independence. So when I say, today I make the declaration, yo, that's saying I'm gonna be the one to rewrite my family name. That's what that's saying. Declaration. I want you to make a declaration today. I want you to make a declaration. I don't care what it is, but I want you to make a declaration behind some type of new norm that you're going to put in place. As a matter of fact, I got one for you. Today, you make the declaration that you will have more money working for you than you work for. I want you to make that declaration. I want you to make that. I dare you to make that declaration. Today, you declare that you will have more money working for you than the money you work for. That's the declaration. That's one of the ones that Because once you make the declaration, you got to be willing to fight for it. You got to be willing to go to war for it. You got to be willing to die for it. Let's go back to episode 41. It got to mean something to you. All right. This is not a 3-hour show. I don't care what y'all talking about. I don't care. All right, man, let's go, man. Word on the street. Let's get to it, man. Word on the street. So listen, y'all. We started off really good this morning, but we never got to a point where the market was running. We only got to a phase where certain stocks were maneuvering. Actually, 6 stocks. And I always want y'all to understand something, y'all. Right now, there's only about 6 stocks that's holding the market up, y'all. There's only about 6 stocks. Like right now, no, let me rephrase that. That's holding this run up, because there's some companies that's really up right now. There's 6 stocks that's, boxing right now. So today, man, all three indices ended down. They were all up. They were up during the day, but the Dow Jones was down, the NASDAQ down, the S&P down, Dow Jones down. They all was down today. So there's only a couple stocks that's truly holding this market where it's at, but it's definitely one of those. It's definitely, we're in that range, and it's because of this fear. It's this debt ceiling fear that we are dealing with right now. All right, let's go a little deeper. Let's go straight to, all right, that's good. Heat check. So and I want y'all to see this. So we had 3,451,876 calls today. Right? We had 3,236,432 puts today. We had about maybe 170, 68, some thousand more calls than puts, which actually had us in that 0.94 put call ratio. Remember, anything 1 or more puts us in a what? Bearish trend, right? Well, a bearish temperament. I'm not going to say trend. I'm going to just say temperament of the market. But remember, I've been saying something the last couple Tuesdays. I've been saying that it hasn't been a lot of push-pull either side. It's been like a medium range. We've been in a certain range today. All right, let's go a little further. So, Amazon did almost 2% today. Yo, I'm going to be real with you. Shout out to my trap masters. Shout out to my trap masters. That's the mentorship I have. I gave them so let me just say this, y'all. I have created a formula, and I gave them the blueprint on how I do options. I gave my trap masters, my mentees, I gave them the blueprint on how I do options. And when I gave them the blueprint, immediately they said, bro, this is a game changer. Because the way that I come across the options game is like nobody else. And nothing against nobody else. I think you have to just find out what works best for you. And the way that everybody else does options and plays options, there's nothing wrong with it. I just go about it a different way. And so I showed them this new way that I came up with. And it's real talk. It's not something that you'll find on Instagram. You can go on YouTube all you want. I promise you will not find it. And it's not just doing the leap options. It's the way and the method in which I go about finding it. And when I showed it to them, it was like, yo, this is crazy. It was like, how did you, and what happens was, this is why I tell you can't be scared to lose money. I lost $100,000 on a PayPal call in 2021. I lost $100,000 on one option play. And I realized, I said, yo, it's something I'm doing wrong, because I had made money before that play. I had made consistent money before that play. And Roxanne said Amazon has me up 157%. Shout out to you, Queen. And so when you make mistakes in a game, it makes you look at what you've done. It should. It got to make you look at what you've done. And you look at what you've done and you was like, yo, there's no way, right? Like, what did I do wrong? And so, yep, it was from PayPal. And from the moment I lost that $100,000, I just went into the lab. And I went to tweaking and pushing and pulling and observing and moving around and pushing and tweaking and figuring it out. And I promise you, after that, I came up with these different methods. And I said, oh, I got them. And I tested it out and I tested it out. And I have been, everything that I've showed you in the Recession Portfolio to now is a byproduct of me losing $100,000. So far, I have been successful on maybe 12 or 14 trades. That's a hell of a streak. And again, we probably up, I think, year to date. I think we ended the year last year with maybe 200,000, and we didn't start till October, November maybe. And this year alone, we've already had $130,000 of year-to-date gains, realized gains. So it's just been amazing to me to do that. So Microsoft up almost 0.75%. Google up 3%. And the reason why I thought about that because of my Trap Masters and I see Khadijah. Google is up almost 3%, and the reason why I'm smiling at Google is because my Trap Masters, one of them, shout out to Andy. Andy is up about 200 and something percent in Google from doing the play. Look what Andy told me last night on the call, Monday on the call. Monday, Andy said, Trap, I didn't go to work today because I made so much money on the Google play. I did not go to work today. I said, Andy, you gotta go to work, bro. He was like, nah, I'm straight. I was like, I ain't even mad at you, dog. It's a different type of, but that's the power in learning how to print money like this. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to them. Let's go a little further. All right, Feel Greed Index. As you can see, man, we definitely not all the way in. Shout out to Roxanne, because she's up 157%. And it's just the same, it's the blueprint. It's the blueprint. So, Andy say, man, look, I ain't going today. Get somebody else to do it. Andy said, get somebody else to do it. All right, so Feel Greed Index. I always like y'all to see this, see what I market at. Thank you, family. New American Dream. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you, family. And everybody else who gave me the super chat. Thank you so much. Fear and Greed Index. We about 55-ish. Not in the greed industry, still in there. So we are that. Dave, let's go to Recession Portfolio. Let's get that out of the way. All right, first up is, drum roll please. Boom. Okay, today. Damn. I messed up. I was supposed to cover this. Damn. I was supposed to cover that. Damn it. For everybody in the Recession Master the Triple Beam, don't be mad at me. I'm supposed to give y'all 3 weeks of it being covered before I give the play away. Damn it. All right, so today, we put this in last week, Master the Triple Beam, we put this in. I gave it to them the next day because I was flying that day and I was just discombobulated. So we put this play in, we bought 20 calls of NVIDIA. So I put it in Master the Triple Beam. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this contract was kind of expensive. Well, we got it. Damn, I'm so mad. Damn. I feel like I betrayed my people just now. Damn. Who leaked my stuff? Somebody leaked it. God damn it, Sachs. Anyway, so what happened was we put this call in. I put it in the Masters of the Triple Beam. I put it in the Triple Beam team. Again, you get all my option plays if you're in there. You get all my option plays when I'm doing. It's on you if you take it or not. So we bought 20 of these contracts. And I'll be honest with you. We saw NVIDIA. I watched NVIDIA go up to. I watched NVIDIA go up to 291. So I sat back and I said, all right, at 291, I already had certain prices in print. I saw it come down to 284. Shout out to my guy, Calio Vol. So Vol is somebody from New Orleans. He a G in the game, converting from the street, straight trying to get this option play. So he in here. So VAR, he hit me. He was like, Trap, you got the, so it went from 291, it went down to 283. I got it in at 283 because it had came down so far. And if you know anything about NVIDIA, like NVIDIA will, like it'll go run and then it'll pull back heavy. So I got in at 280, no, I'm lying. I got in at 284, I'm sorry. I got in at 284 and then VAR hit me in the DM because he in a triple beam. If you're in a triple beam team or master the triple beam, I'm gonna answer your DM in the group. So VAR said, Trap, I like the NVIDIA play, but he said, but I think it'll come down some more. I say, VAR, if it comes down, if it goes down to 281, snatch it. VAR snatched it at 281. I say, you get the same contract, you snatch it at 281. VAR snatched it at 281, and mind you, from 281, it dropped down to 278. Mind you, I got it at 284. So it done get to 278, but I ain't tripping. But my first mind told me, yo, average this thing down. Buy another 3 contracts down just to hedge this. Just to hedge it. I didn't do it. Thing shot from 281. Yesterday it landed at 288. I mean, from 278, yesterday it landed at 288. Vol got it at 281. He already up $8 on the flag. He flopped it at 280, you feel me? So then we double back. Today, it literally ran up to 298. I was like, ooh, that thing about to hit. I'm like, because it broke its 52-week high, which was 292. And I went into the Master of the Triple Beam and a Triple Beam team, and I told them something. I said, listen, y'all, it's about to break. I think I had made $4,000 at that point. I said, listen, it's about to break the 52-week high, but it's going to come down. If it comes down further enough, I'm not telling you to get it, but if it comes down further enough, that's another opportunity. Sucker ran all the way up to 297, 298. Yo, I was up like 15 grand. I was like, bad. But I knew it was going to come back down because anytime a stock hits, so here's some free game for y'all. Anytime a stock breaks its 52-week high, if there isn't any type of news in the media, if there isn't any type of news with that stock to keep it running, sellers gonna sell. Because there's nothing holding it up. Whatever it was that ran it up, that pushed it, there's nothing at the top to keep it up there. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna hit the top, they're gonna push it far as it can go, and then they're gonna come back up because there's no news as a catalyst to support the run up. For us, we just want to see now, where does it find its range at to run back up? So it popped up to 297, so now it has a new 52-week high. But it also lets us know, watch this, what it can expand to. Ooh. It helps us understand that. Anyway, we ended the day up 7,000. Now you see right here, you see it is at 8,000 right here for the day's gain. That's because remember, it went all the way down. I had to go get that. They had to give me that back. So I had to go get the back. I had to go get back what they got from me yesterday. And so the day we was down $1,200 to start the day, we got that back. So I thought I'd just tell you all about that. If you want to join the Patreon group, or if you want to join Master of the Triple Beam come tap in. If you're in a Masters of the Triple Beam, or if you're in the Triple Beam team, you actually get the option plays that I do. If you're inside of the lottery pick, then you get the breaking down the brick and you get the lottery pick stock prices. So feel free to come join us. It's a great community. It's dope. All right, let's go a little further. Boom. But here's what you can see. From the buy and hold perspective today, we was down almost $4,000. We're still beating the market at 14, almost at 14%. Costco still killing it. Crocs is just battling with me. Eli Lilly, we're going to talk about them tonight. Lockheed Martin, Meta. This one going crazy for me. And everybody that's in my TPL that got in there, y'all know we going crazy with that one. All of these picks are inside of the Master of the Triple Beam. You get them when I get them. So I definitely got 2 more stocks I'm looking at getting in. I got 2 more stocks I'm looking at getting in and adding to the. And so next week, my stuff ain't going to get leaked. Next week, my stuff ain't going to get leaked. All right, let's go a little further. All right, let's speed it up a little bit. Okay, this some game I want to give y'all right here. We're going to talk about this, y'all. We're going to talk about this. All right, so Janet Yellen says we broke. Janet Yellen says we broke. Joe Biden said we good. Somebody lying. How do you join? Jose about to put the link in right now for the Patreon. Get in that, right? So let's get to it, y'all. Get your pen and your pad. I'm going to give you 3 minutes. I'm going to give you 60 seconds to get your pen and your pad because we about to work. Toodie, give me a beat for 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Toodie, give me a beat. 60 seconds. There we go. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Get your pen and your pad. Come back and say we trapping. 60 seconds. Yeah. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. 60 seconds. All right, that's enough. Maybe that wasn't 60. That's enough. Get your pen and your pad. Let's go to work. T.D. Jakes be saying, let's go to work. I like when he say that because I know he say that, he's going to start yelling. All right, here we go. Let's go. Janet Yellen says we're broke. Joe Biden say we good. I say somebody lying. So we're going to talk about right now the debt limit. So January 19th, the U.S. hit its debt limit, meaning January 19th, America could no longer borrow any more money. They can't borrow no more money. That's it. You maxed out. Maxed out. Now, because the U.S. runs a budget deficit, it must borrow huge sums of money to pay its bills. Now, here's what's important I want you to understand. What are the bills that America has to pay? America, one, has to pay its bondholders. Is this a white boy moment, Jose? Run it? No. No. Get the white boy, it's a 3-hour class. It's not a white boy moment. All right, get your pen and your pads. All right. January 19th, America hits its debt limit. What is that? That means they borrowed enough money for the year, they cannot borrow no more money. Right? Now, because they borrow money, and America runs in a deficit, what has to happen is they got to borrow a lot of money. How do they borrow money? They borrow money by doing what? Giving out bonds, giving out T-bills. If you don't know how that goes, this is how it goes. Let's say I want to build a studio. The studio costs me $100,000. So what I'll do is I don't got the money, and I definitely don't want to get a loan from the bank. What I'll do is I'll say, I have 10 bonds for $10,000 a piece. Now I'm going to just make up a number right here. I'm going to pay you 10% for each bond that you own. Okay? Jose says give me 5 of them. So I give Jose gives me $50,000. George says give me 3. Brandon says give me 2. So George gives me $30,000. Brandon gives me $20,000. Now, every year, the bond matures in 3 years. I'm just giving a number. The bond matures in 3 years. So because the bond matures in 3 years, what happens is the first year, I give Jose $5,000. Why? Because 10% of 10% of 10,000 is what? That is a white boy. This is a goddamn white boy moment. Get the white boy. God damn it, man. This may be a 3-hour class. 10 minutes? I can get this in 10 minutes, man. My daughter's asleep, y'all. I don't got time to be doing this with y'all. I'm lying. I love it. I love it. Let's go. We're going to the whiteboard, man. This is a whiteboard moment. It's a whiteboard moment. It's a whiteboard moment. All right, it's a whiteboard moment. All right, first, I can't see myself. Why I ain't right there? All right, so debt limit. This is how it goes. 1, January 19, limit hit. All right, so America only borrows so much money, right? The debt limit is in place, so America has to stop borrowing money. Because if you let them borrow money, they're going to just keep borrowing money. How do they borrow money? They borrow money by creating bonds. So let's put this bond thing in place. So I have $100,000. I have $100,000. I don't have the money, but I don't want to go in debt. So what do? I issue 10 bonds worth $10,000 a piece. All right? Everybody with me on that? I don't have the money. I do not have the money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to issue 10 bonds at $10,000 a piece. Now, watch this. This is the part that's important. 3 years at 10%. Now, again, this is just made up numbers. This is just made up numbers because you're not going to get no bonds at 10%. Just made up numbers. It's made up numbers for Trappin' Tuesday's sake. All right, so watch this. Let's go a little further. We got it here. $100,000, 10 bonds at 10% for 3 years. All right, Jose is greedy, so he wants 5. So that costs him $50K. George wants 3. And so because I'm not a male chauvinist, Shatora, how you spell your name? S-H-A? I'm going to just put S-H-A. That's good? Yeah, I'm got to put the ladies in. She wants some money too. Got to give her some money too. I feel bad because I gave her the lowest. I should have gave her 3 instead of 2. But George got 2. George got 3. So we'll give Shatora 2. So that means George gave me $30,000. Shatora gave me $20,000. Now watch this. Every year, for 3 years, I have to give them 10%. So George will get $5,000. Jose will get $5,000. George will get $3,000. And Shatora will get $2,000. Does that make sense to everybody? So the first year they get this. Second year, we repeat it. Third year, we repeat it. Now watch this. On the final year, watch this. I give Jose back $50K. I give George back $30K. And I give Shatora back $20K. That makes sense? Does that make sense? Now, because you understand this, now you get to understand this. Well, because America has hit its limit, it can't print these no more. It can't do it no more. This is where the issue coming in at. All right, let's go a little further. Now, the only person, now let's talk about the ramifications behind this. Here's the ramifications behind this. Because you can't borrow, no more borrow. Guess what? Fed, China, Japan, all these other countries who own U.S. debt, they have to get paid that 10%, right? Whatever those bond interest payments are, they got to get paid this. Here's the issue, though. America debt is 120% of GDP. Okay, so what does this mean, Trap? That means we are 20% more in debt than the money we make as a country.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Some other time.
You feel me? America is 120% debt to GDP. So that means we are 20% above what the country makes as a whole, which means we don't even produce enough money to pay them people right here. Which means...
I'm broke, baby. I ain't got no money.
Bullshit.
I see you shining, and I can smell them with money.
You feel me? We got to pay them people. We got to pay them people. But we don't got the money to pay them people. So now what happens is, here we go again. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Because we don't got the money to pay them people, now, watch this. Default. Default. America defaults or trap. What happens if we default? Well, first thing that happens is this. These people got to get paid. Bondholders got to get paid first. So in order to give them something, what we got to do first? The first thing that's going to get cut. This is about to hurt y'all feelings. It's about to hurt y'all feelings. And if you go look at it, it's in the paperwork. If America doesn't, now I'm going to say this, they probably going to extend the limit. But if America doesn't pay it, or if America doesn't increase the limit, June, Social Security will get paid, but any payments after June aren't in the books. I need you to understand this. I need you to understand this. If America doesn't pay, they default. If you default, you now set off a global crisis. If America doesn't pay, they set off a global crisis because Japan went from $585 billion to $1 trillion of U.S. debt that they own. China went from, my notes at, I don't want to lie to you. I don't like to lie. China went from $101 billion to $855 billion. And then the Federal Reserve owns a few billion, right? So the Federal Reserve is the biggest. China and Japan are the biggest foreign countries that own debt of America. But check this out. Now what has to happen is America now has to cut off Social Security because what people don't understand is Social Security inside of America is the biggest debt that America has. It's the biggest debt. That's why we talked about at the beginning, we talked about what? System failures. That's why I keep telling y'all by 2035, the people said by 2035, they're going to slice it. Because it's the only way you cut the $32 trillion down, because it's growing. It's growing. So now the debate between the Republicans and the Democrats is this. Yes, China and Japan own the most foreign debt. The Federal Reserve owns the most in totality. Watch this, though. If they don't pay it, but they got to increase the limit. So watch this. Between 1960 and 2022, the debt ceiling has been raised 68 times. 68 times. Between 1853 was the only time America wasn't in debt. Andrew Jackson paid all the debt off. From 1854 to now, America has accumulated debt. And it's increased. So what has to happen now is the two parties now have to negotiate on a deal. That's what's going on right now. They got to negotiate on a deal to what it's going to take to increase that debt. Now, watch this. The only person, watch this, y'all. Let me show y'all how, when I said the system failed us, the only person that can come in and save America is the Fed. The Fed. The Fed is the only person that can come in and save America. It's written in the bylaws of America that if ever in a financial catastrophe, the Federal Reserve can buy U.S. debt. Now check this out, Trap. I thought you said America couldn't buy no more debt. They can't. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Newsflash. The Fed is not a part of the U.S. government. The Federal Reserve is not a part of the U.S. government. It is a different entity. There's 6 families that own the Federal Reserve, and they receive dividends from everything that America makes. The Fed is separate. So the Fed can step in, print money for America, but then that will grow as well. So now what you'll see is, you will see sometimes on the market when you see the Fed is not printing money no more, or the Fed is emptying stuff off its balance sheets. What that means is the Fed is now cashing in on some of its money. All right, let's rock. I got y'all. Y'all with me right now? Y'all with me right now? Y'all with me right now? Ooh, that was good. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like it. All right, let's go a little further. Let's go a little further. Let's go a little further. I feel good about that. All right, let's check the pulse. We're checking the consumer's pulse. So here's what we got to look at. We will be grappling with inflation, but people are more worried about unemployment. Because the consumer is getting whipped right now, they are now saying that people in their income taxes aren't the same. People are getting less for income tax than they did in previous years. Credit card balances are growing. America household debt, I think, just hit $17 trillion. Household debt just hit $17 trillion. Guess what the leading cause of that is? Credit cards. Credit card debt. All right? And people are suffering with their 401k. The average person from between 2022 and 2023 has now lost about $35,000 from their 401k. On average. On average. On average. On average, the average person has lost between $25,000 and $30,000 from their 401k. Let me say something to you right quick. The biggest decision you'll ever make in your life is how much of your money you're going to make work for you. It's the biggest decision you're going to ever make in your life. How much of your money you're going to make work for you. Because if you don't decide that, if you don't figure out what that number going to be, guess what? You, my friend, will be part of this.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Some other time.
All right, let's go a little further.
I really need this money.
All right. This is important to talk about right here. Commercial real estate loans could be the next thing to take banks down, says Jamie Dollar and Charlie Munger. Right? Commercial real estate. Why is that? Because so many banks make a lot of money from what? Owning commercial real estate. We talk about commercial real estate. We're talking about these big buildings. We're talking about warehouses. We talk anything that's not residential. Well, what's happening is because people are not going in office buildings, those rents are high, people can't pay those rents. That's one. But two, those warehouses, those layoffs, people can't pay those things. And so now what happens is, remember back in the day, people used to say, the bank wants to hold the buildings that's empty. The bank want to own the real estate. They want to buy it back from you. This is a situation where the bank don't want to own it. They're like, nah, what's up? Hey, pay your rent, bruh. Pay your rent. I ain't got to get somebody else to do it. And because they don't have it, guess what? This could send bank loans down. But watch this. Here's something that really caught me off guard. Bonds, watch this. So there's bonds that are called CLO, collateralized loan obligations. So bonds that are backed by apartments, mortgages, right? Bonds that are backed by mortgages. Watch this. Collateral loan obligations, CLOs, are mortgages packed into bonds that are sold to investors. So watch this. There's bonds that are packed up with mortgages. So the bonds are loaded with mortgages and they're sold to investors. Watch this. These mortgages help fuel the housing costs in Arizona, Texas, and Nevada, which is called the Sun Belt, right? Arizona, Texas, and Nevada has extremely high mortgages. Watch this. Last year's surge in interest rates and softening rental markets, meaning people weren't paying their rent, with rising expenses made it hard for landlords to pay the loans on the bonds. So what happened was a lot of these landowners and these apartment owners, they was getting the bonds themselves, right? Because money was good. But because they can't pay that, now the bond payments can't be made. And because the payments can't be made, guess what happened? Default. What happens when $88 billion in CLOs are at risk of default? That is 42% of the apartment buildings in America. Who else gonna give you that game like me? Who else gonna give you that? Who else gonna give you that? Who else gonna give you that? So, they're at risk of default because the buildings, watch this, that are backed inside of the bonds aren't earning the money for the landlords. And so because they can't earn the money, put me right here, because they can't earn the money, they can't do what? Pay the bond. Because they can't pay the money, they can't do what? Pay the bond. They ain't making no money. Why? People ain't renting. Because they ain't renting, it ain't coming in. It ain't coming in, what's happening? Yo, the apartments ain't making money. Why? Because people not making money. And people not making money, what they doing? You, we are gonna live together. Costs too much money to live in them cities. It costs too much money. Remember we said something about Arizona a couple weeks ago. The average person in Arizona needs to work 75 hours to pay the rent, bruh. This was in the Wall Street Journal. The average person in Arizona needs to work 75 hours to pay the rent, fam. This is crazy. All right, so let's go a little further. Let's go a little further there. No. So look, go to one with the New Jack City. Go to that one, because this complements this. This complements what I'm telling you about. When I'm telling y'all we do homework to get y'all real information here tonight. Watch this. Boom. I want y'all to understand how, watch this. Work with me right here. Understand how these people play the game. Watch this. Nuveen is a company that is a part of like this. They are the asset management firm for this like teachers bank. It's an asset management bank. Watch this. They just purchased 12,000 units of affordable housing, which is projects, scatter sites, affordable housing in the Bronx, Queens, Brooklyn, Texas, Massachusetts, and Nevada. They also purchased land with buildings on them, and the buildings need to be rehabilitated. You know what that means? That's scatter sites and shit that's ran down. That's the buildings in the hood that's tall, that's vacant. $64 billion. $64 billion. 8,000 low-income houses, developable land. It's 8,000 low-income apartment buildings, developable land, and existing buildings that need rehab. Assets on sale. Wait up, y'all. How do the wealthy get rich? How do they add to their wealth? By assets at discounts, man. So when we go back forward to the first one, we say, yo, the apartment-backed mortgage bonds, they about to default because they ain't making no money. Yo, how much money we got right here? Come on, get all the money. You give me $1 million, you give me $1 million, you give me $1 million. Give me everything you got. What we about to go do? Yo, we about to go buy these. Ain't just in one state, though. They in states where the rent high. We in New York. They in Brooklyn. They in the Bronx. They in Queens. We going straight to the hood. We in Boston. What people don't know is Boston, Massachusetts is one of the poorest cities in America. That's what people don't know. It's one of the poorest cities in America. They in what? Nevada. What we just talked about Nevada. The rent high. Guess what? They went and bought them. The scatter sites, the apartment buildings that's tall, that's ran down. Guess what? Let's all put our money together. Guess what? How much more can we leverage to? Guess what? All us got good credit. The bank gonna give us we put it in here. The bank gonna give us the money. Guess why? The bank need to lend money out. We match the requirements. Guess what? We go get $64 million from the bank. Put it down. We good. Guess what? Now we gonna renovate it. That's when the real estate people come in. We talking about loan to value and getting 85% of the loan or what it's gonna bring in. Guess what? That's a generational play. That's a generational play. You talking about how they put their people in play? Shh. This how. Somebody say Boston not poor. You better go look at it. Go look at it. Go look at the income median in Boston. Go look at it. I ain't talking about the Roxbury. I ain't talking about Roxbury. Go look at Boston. Go look at it. Boston. Matter of fact, my dog Steve, he just come from Boston. That's why he moved. He said, bro, it's horrible out here. That's why he moved to Tampa. Play with it. That's how they put themselves in position, y'all. That's how they put themselves in position. They put themselves in position because they wait to these moments. They wait to these moments. And they double down. They triple down. Yo, just think about it. 12,000 units, y'all. $12,000 units. All right, let's go for it. I ain't gonna stay there no more. All right, so is AI a bubble or is it not a bubble? So what we did was we compared Qualcomm, Yahoo Finance, and Cisco to the early 2000s where the PE ratios were extreme. We're talking about multiples, 192x multiples. Yahoo, 739x multiple. Cisco, 134x multiple. I don't think the bubble is as bad. Alphabet, 22x. Microsoft, 31x. NVIDIA, 63x. Meta, 19x. Amazon, 76x. It's not that bad. So I don't think AI is as bad as the dot-com bubble, but watch this. Here's what I do know. By 2030, they say AI will be a $2 trillion industry. That means it's going to grow at 34.7% a year from now to 2030. That is big. 34% a year is big. But watch this. Only 26% of companies in America is going to be using AI. So here's what you need to understand. What companies are you going to be using? All right, let's go a little further. All right, when your money's right, you sleep well. All right, so this was cool right here, man. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of like Tempur-Pedic, Sealy. Well, Tempur buys mattress firm for $4 billion, $2.7 billion in cash, $1.3 billion in stock. It was a cash stock payoff. Watch this. Also, Sealy will have to pay off all of Mattress Firm's debt. Mattress Firm has 300 brick and mortar buildings. They have 30 e-commerce stores and 71 manufacturers. This could truly make Tempur-Pedic probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, mattress dealer in the world. Now, I don't know exactly what that's going to do for them, but it is what it is. Let's go a little further. Home Depot falls heavy, right? Retailers are in trouble now that Home Depot reports disastrous results. Worst even revenue in 20 years. So they killed it from, they missed on revenue, they missed on earnings. I actually think that this is going to set off a downfall for all retailers. Home Depot is big dog. And so because of that, this caught everybody off guard. I'm not going to lie. This caught everybody off guard. Especially Home Depot. And as we look further, we just like, people not renovating like they were. And so I'm thinking we need to look at what's coming up ahead. It's going to definitely put us in a situation. Let's go a little further. Here's the biggest retailers in the world: Walmart, Amazon, Costco, Schwartz Group, Home Depot, Walgreens, Carrefour, Alibaba, 79. So I definitely want us to pay attention to what's going to happen next. I'm not a fan of Home Depot. I don't like the Falcons, so I don't like Arthur Blank either, so I don't care about them. I'm a Saints fan. He be all right. Y'all want to name y'all dome the Mercedes-Benz too? Go bankrupt. I don't care. All right, let's go a little further, man. Let's go a little further. All right, man. Apple again, bro. So Apple is truly announces that it's making an N3 chipset for 2024. Apple has already told everyone, that they want y'all out their business. He wants y'all out their business. Y'all know my saying, man. An apple stock a day. Just keep the poverty away, man. Right? Apple stock a day, keep the poverty away, man. And so because of that, their next goal is to get Qualcomm out their business. So they already got Intel out their business. They already, they got Intel out their business. They kicking anything. Apple is truly on the verge of trying to be a vertical integrated company, which means they only do stuff for themselves, by themselves, and that's truly going to change the game for them. I'm thinking by 2024, 2025, they working their tail off to try to get Qualcomm out their business. They've tried it for the last 3 years, and they cannot do it. I don't know what that is. Qualcomm got them chips over there, but guess what? People won't know if I helped build a stadium. I did help build a stadium in Atlanta, and guess what? I wrote who that on every piece of iron I touched. I wrote who that 504 on every piece of iron that I touched, and I touched 80% of it. Tell all to that. The roof that's retractable, guess what? I wrote who that on that too. And I wrote that's why you ain't got no ring. And I was working on the stadium when you was down, when you was up 28-3. I was on the stadium. And I put you suck. I put Tom Brady 504 up there too. So let's go a little further, man. All right, one company is worth more than an entire index of companies. Apple is now reportedly worth more than an entire Russell 2000. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like to come up here and talk about Apple every week, but every week they just in the headline. Every week these people doing something to just move this company forward, bruh. So now one company is worth more than an entire index. So the Russell 2000 is the whole small cap index. This company is worth more than a whole index. An Apple stock did keep the poverty away, man. Jose, make that a clip. I just run that every day on Instagram, bro. An Apple stock did keep the poverty away. If y'all keep asking me this question, Trap, do I supposed to buy Apple? Yes. Yes. Keep buying it. Just buy it. Just buy. Trap that buy. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what to say, man. This shit is, I don't know, man. Bruh, I don't know what these people doing over there, bro. Just buy the company, man. Just buy it. Just buy it. It's the #1 company in the world. Just buy it. Don't even panic. Look, Trap, I bought it today, buy it tomorrow. I bought it Wednesday, buy it Thursday. Well, buy it Thursday, buy it Friday. Can't buy it on Saturday and Sunday. Buy it Monday. It's Martin Luther King birthday, well, buy it Tuesday. I don't know, man. Buy the company, man. I'm gonna keep it real, man. Like, that is one company, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna just keep it real. Yo, like, Apple is one company that you just buy it, man. Trap, what stock should I buy? Apple. Apple. Put all your money there. If you don't know what to do, just buy Apple. Just put all your money there. Come on, man. Just put all your money there. They're not gonna fail you. They're not gonna, if it dropped $10, guess what? Buy it again. If it dropped $20, guess what? Buy it again. It's the biggest company on the market. If Apple fails, the market fails. Now I know somebody Jose, don't put that in the clip. People don't know if I'm joking or if I'm serious, and somebody will be like, Trap, I'm down big on Apple. You told me to buy it. Then I can't say nothing, because they're going to say, tell Jose run the tape back. And he going to be like, you did say to people, right? You did tell the people buy Apple, dog. Yeah, man, you did? I'm saying you did. You did tell them. You did. It was among my word. You did tell them. I got to be mindful what I tell y'all, man, because y'all be, you know what I'm saying? But that's somebody saying it. I did say during the pandemic, buy Apple. You'd have been killing it. They had a crazy split. Told y'all buy Chipotle too. Y'all ain't listen to me. Stock $2,000 now. Told y'all get it at $425. Anyway, let's go a little further, man. Speed it up. All right, Airbnb. Come on, Steve. Jump, back down to make y'all. All right, so Airbnb is jumping, man. Listen, I'm not going to stop, bro. I talked about this maybe a couple weeks ago. Listen, revenue is up 20%, $1.8 billion. Profits up $23 billion. Short-term rentals up $117 million. Booking increased by 19%, $20 billion. Yo, the company has purchased $2 billion in its own stock and is approved for another $2.2 billion. The company finally made their first profit. Yo, people are Airbnb. And it's crazy as I watch this, because I'm not an Airbnb person. I'm a hotel person. I still like to go to the hotels. That's my thing, right? But the thing that, because people, I guess because you can get it in a group, you can kind of get the houses you want. Like, I just saw a friend of mine, like 6 other people that was in the Airbnb. I was like, how many y'all in there? She was like 10. I was like, how many rooms is that? She was like 17. I was like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? So, and the thing that made the stock soar, the purchase time got longer. People were spending more nights. So people wasn't just coming for one night. They there 5, 6, 7 days. And I'm noticing a lot of people starting to use the Airbnb, like they get in the apartments. People are getting the apartments and Airbnb in the apartments. I'm like, ooh, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, oh, okay. Right now, I think I want to say that they added another 200,000 Airbnbs to the listing. They added another 200,000 Airbnbs to the listing. Yo, Airbnb is going crazy. Now, I'm a hotel person myself. I need hotels. I'm safe. Yeah, I'm a hotel person. All right, let's go a little further, man. All right, man. Fintech, right? So I'm still a Fintech guy. I still believe in Fintech, but because Apple doing so much, I want to lay out for you, right? So from investing, you got Coinbase and Robinhood. Insurance, you got Lemonade. Personal, you got Intuit. You got Acorns. Retail banking, you got Ally. Lending, you got SoFi and Upstart. And then payments, you got PayPal and Apple. I think the fintech space is such an amazing space. I still truly believe that this will truly change the game for us and for a lot of people. But I still think that Apple is still going to be just a dominant player over there too, especially in the payment space. Well, I actually think Apple going to hit three things. I think Apple going to hit personal, retail banking, lending, and payments. Apple going to get in that. I think that. I think retail investing, retail banking, lending, and payments. I think they're going to get that. I think they're going to get that. I think they're going to get that. So I still love fintech. I think that Apple will be the dominant player in that at some point. You still got other companies too, though. Let's go, man. Let's go a little further. All right, so we're playing in the clouds, man. Amazon is still like just the biggest cloud player out. 40% of organizations use AWS for running significant cloud work, outpacing Azure and Google Cloud. Listen, I always ask people, I always tell my trappers and I always tell people, right, to buy, understand the core product of a business, right? Hold up. First of all, we got 2,300 people in here, y'all. Why we only got 8? Let's get 1,000 likes, y'all. Let's get 1,000 likes. Let's get 1,000 likes, y'all. Let's get 1,000 likes, man. Y'all see what we doing. Let's get 1,000 likes. Also, I need everybody to download the audio version of Trappin' Tuesdays, y'all. We need y'all to do that. I need y'all to, Jose, let's put the audio version in there right quick. Let's put the audio version in there. Right? I need everybody to do me a favor, man. It's 2,300 people in here. Right? Here's what I need y'all to do, man. I need y'all to, everybody in here who got Apple, I'm about to see if I can get an Apple sponsorship. I talk about them every week. They need to do a brand partnership with me. Yeah, man. I need everybody to go get that, download it, and then after you download as many as you can, put it on automatic download. After you download as many of them as you can, put it on automatic download. Thank you for the super chat, beloved. Right? Thank y'all for getting the likes up for me right quick. This definitely helps the show move forward. I feel like we give y'all a lot of games, so that's not much to ask, right? All right, let's go a little further. All right, Robinhood just offered a plan. 24-hour trade on selected stocks and ETF Monday through Friday. So Robinhood is pushing the limits. They are putting themselves in a situation. Here's what I think, though. I think in time, maybe like 10 years, they're going to get it right. Well, it's not really desperate. I think they're evolving. You got to realize Robinhood the one made everybody stop making you charge for. Robinhood is the reason why you don't pay commissions. Robinhood is the reasons why you don't pay commission. Because they came in, it was like, nope, no commissions. And mind you, in that investing space, that was how a lot of companies made money. So they had to switch up how they was making money. So when Robinhood said no commission, it was like, wait a minute. So it's 24-hour trading on selected stocks and ETFs. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at them because what that's going to do is it's going to put pressure on the big dogs. It's going to put pressure on them. Somebody going to change up. Somebody going to change up. All right, let's go a little further. All right, can they flip the numbers? Now, here's what I want you to know, y'all. Return on invested capital. This is important. This is important. And again, if we look at the top, who do we see at the top? Apple. Man, we getting an Apple sponsorship. I'm putting that in the air. I'm putting that in the air. We are getting an Apple brand deal. We getting an Apple brand deal. So when you're looking for a company, one of the best things to look for is return on invested capital. Why? So the higher the ROIC, the better the management team. Why? Because the ROIC means for every dollar invested, the company is generating whatever that number is. So as you can see right here, Chevron is 15.1 ROIC, return on invested capital. That means for every dollar they invest, Chevron is getting $15.01 back in profit. That's signs of good management. Look what Apple doing. 52.4%. For every $1 invested, they're getting 50. How the hell you get $52 back for every $1 you invest, Apple? God damn. I need to call Tim Cook. I got to call Tim Cook. I got to see what type of leverage he got on the game. I know the leverage he got, 1.5 billion users. He got more leverage, he got more users than anybody. Data. Bro, this man making $52.4 for every $1. Bro, that's better than a dope game. Bro, it don't get no better than that. Bro, that's crazy. $1,000, he invested in billions. So an apple a day. An apple. Trap, what stock should I buy? Apple. Trap, I got $20,000. Apple. Go buy a bunch of apples, dog. Just go buy the apple tree. Just buy the apple tree, dog. Matter of fact, buy them bunches. Buy 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Every time. You ain't gonna until you run out of chip. Buy the dip till you run out of chip. I would run out of chip on Apple. Damn, bro. Let me stop looking at that damn company, man. Let's go a little further, man. All right, let's get on the phone. Let's get on the phone.
Hey, what's good, Trap? I had a quick question, man. You always talk about putting your savings in VOO or VTI, and I was wondering if you had any other safe options. I've been looking at T-bills, short-term bills, just so I can have access to the money when I need it, but I want to keep it moving, taking it out of my savings account. So I've been looking at the interest rates on those, trying to figure out what the play is. What you think about that, and do you have any other safer options if I don't want to keep my money in the market, but I definitely want to keep it moving?
VOO for me is the play, OG. You know what I'm saying? I love VOO. And the reason why is because I get the whole stock market. It's not so much about me, making Apple my new savings. It's because I get to buy the entire stock market. And if my savings account get 0.something%, I would rather get 8%. Last year I was down 13%, but the year before that we did 30-something%. The year before that we did 14%. So I'm always getting a bang for my buck with using the VOO as my savings account. And it's because it's across 500 companies, I let it play out that way. So I hope that helps y'all, family. Next.
Trap, what's going on, King? This is Maurice from Houston. First off, man, I want to say thank you for everything you do every single Tuesday with Trappin' Tuesdays, man. You don't know how much information, how many gems you be dropping every single Tuesday, and I personally want to say thank you for that. My question is, can you share some of the resources that you use to help teach your daughter about finances and investing? I have a few nieces and nephews that I want to get exposed to investing in finances early, but I live in a different state, but I want to be able to send something to them so that they can at least start learning about it and get exposed to it. Thanks in advance for your help.
What's good, brother? So honestly, I help her. Everything that I read, she read. Everything that I read, she read. So, and I just got creative with her. So when I taught her ABCs, it was just me creating the ABCs off of what? Speaking of my beautiful daughter, that she go right there. From the ABCs, I used, the asset words that I know, right? I use the asset words that I know. A is for asset, B is for bank, C is for credit, D is for debt, E is for equity. That's what I use. And then the books that I read, I let her read them. And I explain them to her as I read them. Jose, I want to stop for a moment before we do that. And I looked up something right quick because I saw some people having a discrepancy with something that I said. And I always like to state facts. Let me give you a fact right quick. Average income in Boston, Massachusetts right now, $30,000. $30,000. $30,000. The average income in Boston, Massachusetts right now, $30,000. Boston, population, the poverty rate is at 41%. The poverty rate of Boston native-born and foreign-born populations is relatively high at 41%, and on some states, at some cases, it can be 25% respectively. And this is right here off of Google. For the people that want to argue with me about stats, I like stats. I like stats. That's all. 41% high poverty. If that ain't poor, what the hell is? Yeah, it may not be the poorest, but 41% poverty rate, goddamn. That's with New Orleans somewhere. You feel me? So I just like to give numbers, right? I like to give numbers, and what I want to do is, I want to do something right quick so people can know I ain't lying. No, I like when people be, somebody pissed me off in the chat. I don't know what you smoking, Trap. All right, bet. I don't smoke. All right. You feel me? So you can look at it. Yep, average income, I'm sorry, $37,000. What's that do? What's $37,000 do? What's $37,000 do? What does that do? What does that do? What does that do? What does $37,000 do? So when you, I don't mind you arguing with me. But here's the one thing, when you argue with me and you debate with me, I want you to know that I'm going to always come from data, not emotion. Right? So when we had this conversation, I wanted to come from data. I don't want you to look at this. What is the average middle class in Boston? Now watch this. If the average salary is $37,000, they say the average middle class in Boston is $50,000. That's the middle. So you telling me $13,000 separate, and if we keep it 100, $50,000? And today's, we talking about in today, we talking 2023. This is 2023. All right. So for the person asking me what I'm smoking, I don't smoke nothing at all, fam. I just go off data. I saw when you said it. I was waiting for the right time to bring it up. You feel me? I ain't gonna smoke. We gonna keep it a little humble. I ain't tripping. You feel me? And all you gotta do now is, here's the thing though. I want you to go check my research. So I'll tell you what I Googled. What's the median income in Boston? 37,000. 37 and some change. And then I just Googled it down. What's the poverty rate? 41%. That's all. All right, let's go a little further.
What's up, Trap? My name is Wallace. First off, thank you for all you do and the knowledge that you drop on us each and every week. My question is, I'm heavily invested in Amazon, and it's been trading sideways for a while now, and I'm wondering what's a good entry point for me to double down on my position? And also, are you invested in Amazon? Thank you.
What's good, family? An entry point to double down would have to depend on when you got it. Because remember, I always say, it's all about when you buy it. So I am invested in Amazon. So I'll keep it 100 with you. I probably owned Amazon in 2018. I bought it at $1,900. It went all the way down to $13.66. I ain't gonna lie, Amazon was the first big stock I ever bought. It went down to $13.66. I bought it again at $13.66, and then Amazon split. So I've been in it since 2018. I did buy it again when I told everybody to get it, I said, yo, if Amazon goes under $90, get it. It went to $88. I bought it again. So the only way I can truly tell you, because you in order for you to be on this call, you got to be in something. So you have to look at what your average price is at, and then from the average price, you set a price point from there. I don't want to sound cookie color, and it's not that I don't want to give you tell you when to, maybe get it, but I would have to know when you bought it. So maybe that means you in Master the Triple Beam or something like that. So DM me and tell me when you bought it, and then we can look at your cost basis, and we can say what would be a good price to get it, if that makes sense. And it has been trading sideways. Great question, though. Let's go, man.
Hey, Trap. My name is Darren Brown. I was reaching out. I just wanted to know all this going on in the market. I see Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA all up right now. Looking really good for a pullback. That's really what I'm waiting on before I get in for any long-term purchases. Just wanted to know, I noticed Caterpillar, Raytheon were down right now, and paying attention, value seems to do pretty well during a recession. So do you think those would be good stocks to start looking at and adding some positions to? Let me know.
First of all, Derek, get that goddamn Smokey Robinson voice. First of all, Derek, don't call here no more in your bed. We're going to start right there. Right? Derek, my brother, King. First of all, don't call here no... First of all, King, don't call here no more in your bed. Second of all, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me rubbing your chin. Say, Trap, the market looking, Raytheon. Just trying to figure it out. So Derek, my brother, I got love for you, King. I need you to Trap. What's good, bro? Look, man, Raytheon. Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Woo-de-woo. I need you to sit on the sofa. Sit on the sofa first and foremost. We're going to sit on the sofa. You cool. You cool, boy. Boy, Derek, you cool, my guy. So, Dave, run it back again. I just got caught off guard. He was smooth. I was like, damn, my guy's smooth.
Hey, Trap. My name is Darren Brown. I was reaching out. I just wanted to know all this going on in the market. I see Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA all up right now. Looking really good for a pullback. That's really what I'm waiting on before I get in for any long-term purchases. Just wanted to know, I noticed Caterpillar, Raytheon were down right now, and paying attention, value seems to do pretty well during a recession. So do you think those would be good stocks to start looking at and adding some positions to? Let me know.
Then my guy hit me with let me know. So, my man, I heard the first couple stocks, the Microsoft, NVIDIA, it is cool. I'm not a fan of Caterpillar, but I do like Raytheon. I will say that. I'm not a fan of Caterpillar. I may like Cummins a little more than Caterpillar, and I may like John Deere a little more than them both. Cummins for sure. But I would rather Raytheon than Raytheon than Caterpillar. We got one more, Dave? All right, cool. Let's go a little further. Shout out to everybody that's in Master the Triple Beam. Shout out to everybody that's in the Triple Beam team. Jose, let's drop it in there. Listen, man, if y'all want to come join the group, this is one of the things you get when you're in the Triple Beam team or Master the Triple Beam. You get your questions answered. You DM me. I answer your DMs inside of the chat for sure. If you in Master the Triple Beam, you actually get the Triple Beam, which does the discount cash flow formula for you. Once a month, I do a live class with them. Not really a class, but just a Q&A. We talk about the Triple Beam. Anybody in the Triple Beam team can tell you. I answer your questions right then and there. I may take an hour or two till I get to it, but I answer them every day. If you're in Master the Triple Beam or the Triple Beam team, you know that every time I make a move, I put it in, except for the NVIDIA play. I did it a day late, and that's because I got off the goddamn airplane and came straight here. But the next day, I told y'all about it. Anytime I make some moves, I let y'all know if you want to be a part of that. If you're in the lottery pick, then the breaking down the brick company, you'll get that company. You'll get the stock price for that. And then probably between Thursday or Friday, I'll give you another company that I put in there and give you the stock price. So definitely come join us. Come rock out with us, man. Derek, you my guy, man. I'm just messing with you, brother. All right, so this is everyone's favorite. This has become a hit topic right here. Flush it or flip it. But before we get to it, let's go to a commercial. What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100% the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. The only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like, you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through to take you from panic to encouragement. There's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. We'll see you in the trap. Hey, check this out, y'all. I forgot to do this too. Before we get to flush it or flip it, you see I said it right too. I want to make an announcement right here. This is about to be the March 23rd, the May 23rd is the last live in-person show we doing for the year. We about to pivot to, we got some master classes we thinking about doing. We got like a workshop we thinking about doing maybe, and then we focusing on a tour. And then I'm going to be introducing an 8-week mentorship where we'll do 8 weeks. You'll do a portfolio audit. We'll come here, so I'm thinking that's coming up too. So I'm letting y'all know this will be the last in person. This not I'm saying it now and then I'm coming back 3 weeks and doing it again. I'm a man of my word. This will be the last in person we doing for the year. I promise you. This is the last one. May 23rd. Jose, drop the link. It's $97. If you in the Patreon, the discount will be in there tonight. If you're in the Patreon, the discount will be in there tonight. We only have 45 tickets left. We only have 45 tickets left. We only have 45 tickets left. And anybody who came, y'all know the vibe. The vibe is crazy. So I'm telling y'all again, May 23rd. May 23rd is the last live event. It's $97. It's not a lot of money. It's $97. Well, let me not say that because I don't know somebody's income. You might live in Boston. All right. So get that. Also, George needs some work. So, this trap attire that I have on, Wallstreet looks like us now. We got t-shirts, we got hoodies, we got sweatshirts. Man, get your attire. Your t-shirts, your hoodies, your sweatshirts, your joggers, your tire. Trapper attire is required. Trapper attire is required. No shade to nobody living in Boston, I promise you. I see you, Polo. Polo said, chill, fam. I live in Boston. I get to the money, family. My bad, bro. I rock with you, family. It was on my brain, for sure. Boston caught a straight bullet. Some people playing with me, man. I was trying to highlight, you know what I'm saying, what's going on in Boston. Somebody gonna talk about blah. Stop looking at the Roxbury, man. For sure, man. Shout out to my people in Boston. Actually, one of the most important people on my team is from It's Boston. Real talk. Shout out my guy, Steve. You feel me? But yep, my last live for the year. I promise you. I'm not lying. It's not one of those things where you say, this is my last live, and then 2 weeks later, you be like, well, I'm extending, I'm going to do it one more time. Nope, this is the last one for the year. I promise you. I promise you. And I'm going to be real with you, when they come back, they probably won't be $97. Now that I can tell you for sure. I can tell you that for sure. All right, let's go a little further. So to everyone, is Meet the Plug coming back? No, indeed. Never not doing Meet the Plug no more. You know I used to do a thing called Meet the Plug? You know what that was, Jose? You would laugh at this. So this when I first got started, bro. If you could book me in person in your city, I would fly, watch this, Jose, $2,500. Watch this package. I used to fly to your city, get the hotel room. I would get a suite. You would get the Wallstreet Trappin course and meet for 8 hours. $2,500. Talking about not knowing my value. Meet the Plug. And I thought it was the coolest shit ever. I was like, nigga, this is a lick. You feel me? You feel me? Bruh, then when I ain't understand, I was just, listen, this is when you quit your job and you just trying to make some money. You used to get on a call with me, $199. Phone call, 2 hours. I was doing like 7 a day. In my mind, bro, that was beating what I was making in the goddamn plant. I was making $100 an hour. I was doing 5, 6 calls a day. I'm talking about my head used to be burnt because I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again because everybody asking the same questions. But it's just, bro, I'm talking about $199. $199. Meet the Plug. $24.99. I don't care what city you in. I'm flying to you. I'm glad nobody never called me from Cali. That was the $2,500 right there. That was a done. Everybody was like Texas, New Orleans, and South Carolina. It was in that area. It was never a New York. And a couple times I went to Miami, but I was already there. So I ain't had to, I did it like 10 times, bro. And I was like, damn, why nobody never called me in Cali? And then I looked at the Cali tickets. I was like, I hope nobody don't ever call me from Cali. Anyway, it's not even, I don't even do it no more. I wouldn't dare do it now. All right, let's go a little further, man. Flush it or flip it. So tell me in the chat right quick if you like this segment. A lot of people really be like, Trap, this segment here is bomb. This is a dope segment. I got some notes because I know y'all gonna be asking me some questions about this. So I wrote some stuff down to actually help us out. Let's go. So first call, I'm talking about call. I'm all off my rocker right now. Let me see, I wrote some stuff down for it. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's go flip it, let's go. Home Depot, listen, a company, that's that early grind. That's a fact, Zay. Shout my guy, Zay. If you on Twitter, shout my guy, Zay. All right, flush it or flip it, man. I like to go through this. Y'all been loving this. I like it. I like to give y'all what y'all asked for. So first company that flush it or flip it is Home Depot. Now, remember, flush it or flip it is about right now, not longevity. Right? It's about right now, not the long run. So flush it or flip it right now. Home Depot, man, missing earnings, missing lowering guidance. I think they have to restructure some things. So I'm going to say for the rest of the year, Home Depot is, I'm going to flush Home Depot. I'm going to flush Home Depot. Target, great management team, great ROIC, one of the higher tier retailers. I think earnings is going to be scary, but I think some way Target will find a way to get through it. Target is a flip it. Is a flip it. Cisco, man, bad management, been around forever, not making improvement, stock been trading bad. I don't see no evolution of the company. I don't see the company growing. I'm going to go on with Cisco and say, we're going to flush it. All right, watch this. Watch this. Boot Barn. Listen to me. Amazing company. Beautiful financials. Beautiful management team. The company has an amazing moat because the company has a specific audience that they cater to. That specific audience resides between them and Tractor Supply. That audience goes to them for leather goods, boots, apparel. The company is actually outperforming the market this year by, I want to give you a direct number. The company right now is outperforming the market. And if you're in Trappers Anonymous, you knew about this company a long time ago because I put y'all on this company a long time ago. The company is outperforming the market this year, I want to say by like 30%, if I'm not mistaken, because I want to give y'all the right number. 16%. Boot Barn is up 16% in 2023. The company is a solid company. The company has great fundamentals. The company has a great customer base, a return customer base because they're sticky. The company is even stationed in rural areas. It's not even in city. It's not even in the city. They put their stores location in rural areas. Boot Barn is it's a flip it. It's a flip it. Walmart. Walmart is the low price leader. Walmart has never been known for quality products. Walmart is strategic with putting their companies, their stores, within 8 to 10 miles of its consumer. But I'm gonna be real, I don't like it. I don't like the Home Depot sales. They tried to put out the Walmart next day delivery stuff, and it just didn't work for them. So for me, I'm gonna say Walmart is a I'm gonna flush it. I'm gonna flush it. I be feeling like y'all be testing me. I don't know why I be nervous doing this segment, yeah? Here's the crazy part. I do this segment and look at the market the next day. I'm not gonna lie. I said flush Disney. I said flush Starbucks. My flushes ain't been too far off, yo. Trying to tell y'all. All right. Applied materials. What you say? You say flip it? What you say? You say flush it. Watch this. Applied Materials is the biggest semiconductor equipment manufacturer in the world. So they don't produce the semiconductors, they produce the equipment to make the semiconductors. Zay, yes, I flushed Walmart going into a recession, Zay. Zay like, Trap, tripping. That's why I love this segment, because everybody be waiting. You feel me? So, Applied Materials is in the chip space. What I love about it is it doesn't compete with the Taiwans, it doesn't compete with the NVIDIAs, because they make the equipment to make the chips. So they don't even make the chips themselves, right? They are the largest manufacturer of the equipment to make the chips. So they have a great business, they have a great product, services, demand. So I'm gonna say Applied Materials is a 100%. All right, this is where it gets sticky at. Ross. So we feel like going into a recession. People may want to be getting the cheaper clothes, the bargain clothes, the off-price clothes, but I don't think they're gonna get it from Ross. I don't think Ross is the place to go get it from. So for me, I'm going to say Ross is a John Deere. What you think? What you think? What you think, Jose? All right, so John Deere, man. We talking about a company that is heavy in the Dow industrials. We talking about a company that is the largest manufacturer of tractors. It's a go-to brand for my farmers, the tractors, but they also create other products and services. My thing with them, though, is do I feel like the farmers are buying tractors now? I don't feel like they buying the tractors right now. I don't feel like the farmers are dedicated to that. I think we make and do with what we have. I think the farmers are 100% going to refurbish what they have, fix what they have. They're not buying the new tractors right now. So by unpopular demand, I'm going to flush John Deere. I want to flush John Deere. They're not gonna buy discount tractors, but I'm saying they're gonna refurbish them, meaning like fix them. Oh, me? Yep. I'm gonna buy a discount. I'm gonna repair. I'm gonna go to AutoZone, see what AutoZone got. All right, last but not least, man, Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box. The Jack in the Box is a pretty decent restaurant chain, but I don't feel like they dominating like that. Cause it was down the street from your house too, huh? Yeah, flush the ass. I ain't got no store for them, you know what I mean? All right, man, that's good, man. Let's go. Tell me right quick, man, before we get into it, tell me how y'all feel about flush it or flip it. Tell me how y'all feel about that in the chat. Tell me how y'all feel about flush it or flip it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how y'all feel about it in the chat. Zay, let me know how you feel about flush. Zay be like, man, flush that shit. I'll be looking at Zay in the chat. Zay be like, flush that shit, Trap. Not Trap, you know better. Let me know how y'all, man, get the thing off the thing, Toodie. I can't see. Get the thing off there, Jose. I can't see. Look at this guy. He done took it off the thing. Let's see. How y'all feel about flush it or flip it? We love it. 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 Love this segment. I F with it. Good, 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 good. It's all about letting y'all get to it, man. All right, let's go a little further, y'all. All right, breaking down a brick, y'all know this segment is brought to you by Trappers Anonymous. You want to be a part of Trappers Anonymous as a team. It's more about giving you support. We do something on Mondays, Moat Mondays, Ticker Symbol Tuesdays, Wild Out Wednesdays, ETF Thursdays, Drip Fridays, Say Something Saturdays, and Live from the Kitchen on Sunday. Salute, Zay. I appreciate you, man. And I always shout Zay out, man, because I'm going to be real with you. I love to see black men really knowing their stuff. And I'll be looking at Zay on Twitter, and Zay really know his stuff, man. You know, Zay be trading. Congratulations, Zay. I saw you do something major. Thank you, Queen, for the super chat. I saw Zay had a dope couple trades he put in the other day. So definitely, Zay, I see you, brother. So I always like to give props to Zay, man. All right, so this one is breaking down a brick, man. You know, it's about us really just looking at a company, breaking it down, and then letting you make your own decision. Now, if you're in Triple Beam team, if you're in a lottery pick, or if you're in any one of the Patreon groups, tomorrow you will get a price for whatever company we are putting right here. Whatever company we are putting right here to break down, tomorrow you will get that stock price. And if I don't like the company, I will tell you, yo, I really don't like this company. So let's go. This week, we are looking at MasterCard, right? A technology company that engages in a payment industry that connects merchants, governments, and businesses, and offering payment solutions and developments. So MasterCard it is. Let's dig a little deep. All right, as we can see, the payment network, $14.4 billion, includes payment network transaction, switching transaction, payment network architecture. Value-added services and solutions come up to $7 billion. That includes cyber and intelligence solutions, data services, solutions, processing, and getaway. Net revenue from the payment network increased by 20%, primarily driven by domestic and cross-border dollars. The biggest market is in North America. International markets is 65%. North America equals 35%. Net revenue is $22 billion. Let's go a little further. As we dig in a little deeper, let's just look at the way they make money. General administrative aid business up 14% year over year. Advertising and marketing down 12%. Provisions and litigation is up 278% year over year. Depreciation and amortization, that is important when you're looking at a company. It is important when you're looking at a company. Other net incomes, operating income, which is big, is at $12.3 billion. Interest expenses, $500 million. Net equity investment, $0.1 billion. What we do see is stock is up 14% year over year, but revenue, I'm lying, revenue is up 14% year over year. Net income is up 14% year over year. Coming at $9 billion, which is good. We see that net income is growing, except for 2020. They had a big fall, but we can see a bounce back from 2019. That's what I love to see, the bounce back from 2019, which was before the pandemic. We see it went down during the pandemic, but then we see right after the pandemic, it hiked up to $8.7 billion. And now 2022, which is, last results for the annual, they were up 14%, which is good. Let's go a little further. So as we dig in, value added, payment network comes in at $14 billion. That's the bulk of their money. And then value adds the other things coming at $7.9 billion. Next thing I like to look at is where they're making the most of their money at. United States brings in about $7 billion, and the other countries combined brings in about $14 billion, which is good. It lets us know that they are making money internationally. So I love that. I love that they're making money internationally. Let's go a little further. Here's what I like to see. When we're talking about annualized return, we're talking about beating your competitors. 97%, 76% Visa, 47% American Express. We're talking about annual 5-year returns. So in 5 years, they definitely beating their competitors. They return better money than Visa and American Express in a 5-year return. So they have been the big dog when it comes to returns in that industry. And we talk about annualized returns and total annual returns. So in 2023, MasterCard is up 9.3%. Visa is up 10%. Amex up 0.45%. And we can just see it as we go back. But the last 6 months for the annualized returns, we see that American Express is minus 2.7%. We see Visa is 9.67%. And we see that MasterCard is 10.93%. So we see they are actually outperforming their peers. Let's go a little further. And last, a lot of these, I always like to do a quality check. So the earnings are pretty good. The profit margin isn't really growing. The earnings are in an upward trend. The growth isn't accelerated like we want, and they have better earnings than the industry, but we don't like their return on equity is not good. Earnings versus the market is down. High growth earnings is down. Revenue versus the market is good. High growth revenue, not so good. So y'all know the PE ratio for MasterCard is actually higher than its peers. And so that's what we have to say about MasterCard. Let's go a little further. All right, man. So right here, we are 100%. It's one of my favorite segments is looking at a certified trapper. This week, we are looking at none other than, drum roll please, Gerald Lawson was an American electric engineer. He is known for his work in design for the Fairchild Channel F video game console, as well as leading the team and pioneered commercial video game cartridges. Let me tell y'all something. Why did I choose this man? He created the first game console ever. Yep. TV, video. You feel me? He created the first video game console in the world. Lawson was raised in Queens, New York, and never graduated from college. He began a side project, his own coin-operated video game in his garage. As one of the few black engineers working in the tech industry in the 1970s, Lawson led a team of engineers that developed and released the first removable video game cartridge, the Fairchild Channel F gaming console, after only 6 months of development. At the time, gaming consoles came preloaded with a set number of games like Atari, right? He was the first one that gave us the put it in, take it out. Put it in, take it out. Games like Atari, they had all of their games already in. The console Lawson's team built for cartridges was literally a game-changing idea that was later adopted by popular gaming brands like Atari and Nintendo. So let's just take a minute and give this black man his credit. Shout out to Gerald Lawson. Shout out to Gerald Lawson, man. All right, man, let's go a little further. All right, let's get into the wealth track, man. So this was dope. And this was given to us by none other than Toodie. Toodie came up with this one. This was one that he specifically sent to me. It's by a guy, Trademark, the Skydiver. What kind of name is that, Toodie? All right. Let's look at the lyrics, but the lyrics are dope. The lyrics are hard. It says, got bigger plans now, I'm a grown man. I'm thinking about my future way in advance. Set the trust fund up for my little man. Show him how to turn $1 into bands. Let's stop right there. Let's clap for that. What we like about that is simple, man. As you get older, as you develop, what do? You do? You mature. You look at money different. You look at the world different. And he says something that let us know that he had matured. I'm thinking about my future way in advance. I mean, he's thinking about the future. Setting the trust fund up for my little man's immediately generational wealth. I'm thinking about how do I put my kids in place to succeed. And lastly, show them how to turn $1 into some bands. And that's quite simple. Showing him how and what's the value of money. And that is something we all need to learn how to do. Show our kids the value of money. And as they say that, we will segue into this part. Wise words from the OG. We talking about recession blues tonight, y'all. We talking about what do we do when the system fails us. We talking about taking advantage of the opportunities that the world has presented us with. But every time I see my daughter run around and move around, it makes me realize, what am I truly doing this for? I'm doing this not for myself. I'm gonna be real with y'all, I'm 40 years old. I'm not old by far, but life is good. I don't really wanna do much at this phase of my life. I wanna build this network out. I wanna gain as much financial knowledge as I can, but the most important thing for me to do is to put her in place. The most important thing for me to do is put her kids in position. What are we doing so that the next generation doesn't have the recession blues? So that they don't have to wait 3 years and 2 months. So they don't have to miss the opportunity to buy 12,000 units. So they don't have to wish, I wish somebody would have told me that when I was younger. We talking recession blues. At some point, your opinion, your feelings has to stop cannibalizing the truth. Say it again. At some point, the excuses, the opinions, and the emotions have to stop cannibalizing the truth. The truth is, building wealth is obtainable for everybody. The truth is, investing is better than saving. Saving is better than spending. The truth is, the generations behind you will thank you or blame you. They may not blame you directly, but they will have the one saying that we even have, which is, nobody taught me that. That's blaming the generations before you, whether you know it or not. The minute you say, nobody never taught me this, you are 100% pointing the finger at the people that came before you, whether you like it or not. I want to rob her of that excuse. I want to rob her of the opportunity to blame her father. And for that fact, blame her mother. Because what I am doing is truly indicative to what I want her future to be. It's because the generations that come behind me, I already foresee what is happening. Just like you foresee what is happening. You see what's coming, you see the future, you see the evolution. Many of you all are getting into the investing game right now, and you have told me, you have inboxed me, you have DM'd me, and you have said, Trap, thank you so much. I wish I would have known this 5 years ago. Well, now's the time that you rob the people behind you of that. Introduce them to it now. Because this isn't the first recession. This won't be the last recession. And the crazy part about it is, what happens when you're in a recession and America isn't the dominant country anymore? We only know recessions when America is the number one. But we still got the big guns, and we still got the tanks, and we still got the muscle. What happens when China is in front? What happens when Europe is in front? What happens if India is in the front? America. You get on Instagram and say this person's scamming, and you print to the next level, to the next generation. One of the things I love about the Trappin mantra is we say that I am the architect. Let's go back to that. Today, I make the declaration. Let's go back to that. Today, I make the declaration. What happens? What happens when we make the declaration? What happens when we make the declaration? What happens when we commit to the declaration? What happens when we see the declaration play out? What happens the day my daughter tells me, Dad, I've made my first million? What happens the day when you become a partner with your kids or with the people behind you and they've become millionaires or they've become six-figure earners, whatever it is? What happens that day? I was talking to a friend of mine today and I said, man, my goal right now outside of I want to make $1 million trade. The crazy part is I see it. I can visualize it. Just building the capital up. Because I know it's going to take me it's going to take me 600,000 to make $1 million trade. And I'm okay with that, but I'm increasing my capacity. But what happens when I make that trade so now I can tell my little one, yo, here's the blueprint to $1 million trade. You set the blueprint, but you also initiate the future. I don't think y'all heard that one. You set the blueprint, but you also initiate the future. You also set the future in motion. Because you're the person that shows them what's possible. And the thing about when you see something that's possible is you cannot get it out your brain. The most beautiful thing about a seed is not what it is, but what it has the possibilities to be. The possibilities is what encourage us. The possibilities is what give us the energy. The possibility is what make us pursue. The possibilities is what make us take the chance. The possibilities will make us take the risk. The possibilities of being wealthy is what make it all worth it. The reason why you know it's the possibilities is because you've seen somebody make it happen before. My favorite saying is, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I can't unsee her quadrupling our family network. I can't unsee it. I can't unsee that. So now every morning I get up, guess what? I'm working out now. I'm eating more fruit now. I'm reading more now because I'm thinking about how much information I got to give her. I'm thinking about how much I got to equip her. I'm thinking about the stuff I'm trying to think ahead of obstacles that's going to come in the way that she don't even see. I'm trying to see them for her. I'm dedicated to it. One of my ultimate goals is to have my family walk in the house after I'm dead and gone, and everybody look at that one picture and say, he the one. He the one. Some people I'll never meet will be living off the fruit from the seed that I planted today. Think about that. The fruit that I plant today can be the roots. Listen to that, cuz. The seed that we plant today, the seed that I plant today, the seed that I've been planting can be the root of a tree that bears fruit for generations. We still know about the Kennedys. We still hear about the Rothschilds. We still hear about the Rockefellers. People been dead. Because they planted good seeds. It ain't saying that some fruit that come along ain't right. But guess what? We planted enough good seeds. We put enough good information in the game to where the good seeds ain't gonna let the bad seeds mess this up. Because freedom is an acquired taste. So when they start talking the statistics of black men this and black men this, you can say we not a part of that. But we're also helping to change that. See, the thing about being wealthy is you also got to be willing to go back. You got to be willing to help. That's why I love help. That's why I do this. I do this because these are not the investments that I'm planting in my account. These are the investments that I'm planting into the people. See, these investments, they don't look good, on camera. These investments, they don't show for clout. These investments show inside people's houses. These investments show inside of people's hearts. These investments show inside the way people raise their children. These investments show when you sit here for 2 hours and 35 minutes on a Tuesday.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I could try it again.
I'm not sure.
These investments, y'all. I love this. Because building wealth is a revolutionary act. And a revolution is simply saying that the rules that are in place needs to be changed because they no longer serve me. So we need some new rules in play. I'm telling you, Trappin' Tuesdays is about us renegotiating the contract. It's about us saying the old rules of wealth that's in play don't fit us. It's about us saying the old families that have been running us ain't for us. It's about us saying the old job descriptions that they gave us ain't for us. It's about us saying whatever that median income is, we can quadruple that. It's us saying whatever those statistics are, we can beat that. It's saying whatever they say black fathers are, we better than that. Whatever they saying black mothers are, we better than that. Whatever they saying our wealth gonna be in 2050, we gonna quadruple that. That's what we saying. That's what we saying. We saying ownership is the new normal. We create the jobs. We become the head, not the tail. Us. 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 We don't fight back with guns. We fight back by writing the laws. We fight back by creating the money to lobby. We fight back by, all right, y'all don't want to put the right schools in our neighborhood. Guess what? We going to improve our own neighborhood. We going to improve our own neighborhood. We not going to let you gentrify. We going to gentrify it ourselves. That's what we doing. We grew up in the hood, but guess what? It ain't the hood no more, but the relationship's still the same. The family's still the same. We just gonna change this. We gonna push the dope dealers out. We ain't tripping, bro. You can't sell around here no more. And we willing to fight for that. I come from selling drugs, but I'm just saying it's time. We not letting them come by 12,000 units no more. We can only do that once we get the information. And then once we get the information, we know how to execute the information, and then we become fearless with the information. The same way the Black Panthers walked down that Oakland courthouse with those guns, it's the same way we say all of us got in portfolios. It's the way we say we all build one house at a time. We all buy one house at a time. We all start one account at a time. We come together. We ain't fighting over no money no more. Money comes to us frequently and often. When you change your mindset, we change that. We don't got to worry about recession blues no more. Recession blues, y'all. Episode 43. Trappin' Tuesdays. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Each and every Tuesday, I will see y'all back here next week, episode 44, the Bulldog Way. Do me a favor, man. Send this one out. Like, subscribe it. Every day, we are dropping a clip. Every day, y'all. I need everybody in here to go download every episode that you missed, and then after you download them, put the rest of them on automatic download. So once you put it on automatic download, it's gonna download everything up, but you gotta go get everything back. The reason why I'm telling y'all to do this, because this will help our show grow. I'm gonna be real with y'all. We are creating a media company. It started with Trappin' Tuesdays. We talking movies, we talking series that represent us. We talking about TV shows, we talking about game shows that represent us. And the only way we do that is we moving off YouTube. We gonna be here for a minute, but we growing something, y'all. So I want y'all to check that out, man. I want y'all to grow that, build that with me. Wall Street looks like us in our network. It's not about Wall Street Trapper, it's about us. It's about all of us, man. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all next week. I told y'all actually it wasn't gonna be no 3-hour show though. Good night, y'all.
Toodie On Da Track.